Hello everybody, this is Hashim from Throat Punch. Hopefully you don't hear any background noise. To returning watchers, thank you for clicking on another video, and for those of you who have never watched a Throat Punch video before, we appreciate you. Whether or not this is or is not your first video doesn't matter, since this video will be the first of a series that we plan on continuing. We'll be going down Apex Legends character roster and discussing what would make every legend much better, or what would make this legend perfect. And for no particular reason besides this being the character that actually inspired this series, we'll be starting with Wattson. Just a basic understanding of Wattson, she's a very defensive legend who pretty much solely revolves on defense and recovery. And when I say recovery, I'm referring to her pylon, which charges shields at a very slow pace. That will be brought up later. Like Caustic, Wattson truly flexes her muscles while indoors or in closed spaces, and maybe if the circle is really small. However, in this video, I'll be discussing some things that Wattson can use help on, while also being realistic and acknowledging what doesn't need to be fixed for the sake of being overpowered. Let's get started with her passive. Wattson's passive is called Spark of Genius, and according to the the Wikipedia page, ultimate accelerants fully charge Wattson's ultimate ability, and she can carry more ultimate accelerant in a way similar to Fuse carrying more grenades than normal. Wattson slowly restores her shields over time. To be more specific, 1 shield per 2 seconds after avoiding damage for 6 seconds. This can work alongside with her ultimate pylon, which also restores shields slowly. Although for the pylon, it restores the team shields as opposed to just Wattson's. Wattson's passive ability just happens to stack on top of the pylon's effect. Now, I actually do enjoy Wattson's passive, however, I'm to believe that nerfs and buffs are given to characters based on how people use them and how frequently they use them and what they use with them. Then I'm just going to say that on public matches and even in ranked matches, when I run across the Wattson, they literally never pick up an ultimate accelerant. Honestly, I don't think I run across people that pick up ultimate accelerants at all. Even in the most smartest of cases, like, you'll never see a Lifeline or a Loba pick up an ultimate accelerant. Why? I have no clue, but that's just the way it is. And if I'm going to use the lack of ultimate accelerant pickups as a basis to go by with this buff, I suppose that you can call it, and I feel like Wattson's ability, or passive ability to be more specific, shouldn't be ultimate accelerant related. For the most part, Wattson's pylon is extremely niche, only useful indoors aside from situations where you might need cover during an outdoor gunfight. Grenade spamming isn't too common, and so I don't see the pylon putting in much work there either. Basically what I'm saying is that this ability is pretty fair, and so I feel comfortable saying that it should have a cooldown similar to that of Octane's Jump Pad or Loba's Black Market, and I personally don't think that will break anything with the character. I feel like regardless of how fast the ability charges, it still won't change how a Wattson player plays. As far as Wattson's fences go, I think they're actually perfect. Me, myself, playing with Wattson, I rarely see people take the chance to go through them, and so that intimidation factor is definitely key. However, I would like to increase the slow effect for about 3 to 4 seconds. While I do prefer Wattson over Caustic, not in the terms of what they can do, but while I do prefer Wattson over Caustic, I can't deny that Caustic's continuous slow effect with the gas is much more dangerous than walking through a Wattson fence. And given that they're the only 2 defense options of their type, at least, being as though Gibraltar is very different from them, I feel like it'll make Wattson a nice alternative to those who want Caustic style gameplay without having to pick Caustic for whatever reason. I think the punishment of taking 15 points of damage is completely legit and fair, especially given that Wattson's fences are meant to be intimidation and utility, not just a random damage dealing ability. Oh shit, did I just spit on a mic? Oh fuck. Oh. Now for Wattson's ultimate pylon, which I keep calling it ultimate pylon because it's her ultimate and it's a pylon, but it's really called interception pylon. I feel like, again, this is an ability that's perfect. I mean, it's not much you can change about Wattson because at one point Wattson was almost everywhere, so she must have like high tier qualities about her. And this is truly a legend where if she were to receive one little thing, Wattson would become very uncontrollable. And I know I said I'd stay within the laws of fairness. However, my concept for the ultimate pylon has to be talked about. Already, the pylon boosts Wattson's tactical recharge rate while also restoring damaged shields, which is a nice bonus to it just, destroying any form of a grenade or an ordnance, whether or not those are different. Basically, if it's something that's either explosive or a missile, then Wattson's pylon is going to eat it. And while this is very cute for legends like Fuse or anyone who likes to grenade spam, or if you're ballsy enough to bust it open in the middle of a Gibraltar or Bangalore ult, I feel like in how can I put this? This might be a little controversial, but just imagine if every grenade or ordnance that Wattson's pylon absorbed got turned into shields. So let's say an arc star deals 70 points of damage altogether if it were to hit someone. I don't know how much damage an arc star deals off the top of my head, but let's just say 70, right? Someone throws an arc star towards your pylon eats it, and you'll get 1/4 of that damage as shields. And I'm talking max damage. So if you were to intercept a Gibraltar ult or a Bangalore ult, maybe even Fuse, you'll be gaining a lot from having that Wattson actually take the risk and being within the confines of that ultimate ability. I feel like this will give Wattson some new team compositions, like Fuse maybe with his, knuckle clusters that, recharge over time. And with someone like Lifeline who has her health drone, you'll have shields and health back to back while again, having Wattson, maybe a caustic, defend wherever you are. This will also give Lifeline some more usability, which in my opinion she currently needs at the moment. But that'll be all for our girl Wattson. Let us know who we should be doing next. Personally, I'd love to tackle Mirage, maybe Octane. Let us know. That'll be all for this video. If you like the video, then like the video. If you want to subscribe for more, then subscribe for more. Throw punch out.